Now, for copyright reasons, I'm going to have to read the subtitles for you, or you can read them also because they'll be on the screen. But yeah, I really feel that there are certain instances where Apple is just like a Marvel villain. So, Quill is upset that there's a kill switch in his friend. So, a device that's set to destruct if anybody goes poking around inside Rocket. Or even if they use the med packs. And of course, Quill asks again, why would Rocket have a kill switch? Apparently, someone considers him proprietary technology. And sent that golden lunatic to get him, which that's relevant specifically to the movie more so than what I'm trying to say here. Yes, that's a logical question right there. There should be some type of way to bypass it. And as you can see right there, Nebula is saying, yeah, it looks like there is some type of passkey. And of course, that passkey can override the kill switch. Much of that technology is developed by one individual company, Orgo Corp. And there's a code on everything, 89P13. It's kind of like these individual components that are part of what's inside a rocket have been serialized to go along with just him as an individual, the same way that your iPhone or your MacBook has components that are serialized to their respective motherboards. But when it comes to the iPhone, and really aspects of the Mac as well, this is exactly what it is. You have a device, so whether it's your computer or your phone, and Apple has serialized almost every individual component in those devices to align with the motherboard. And if you attempt to change something, the phone or the laptop no longer works the way that it's supposed to. Similar to what's going on here with Rocket. Yes, I get the iPhone, the Mac is proprietary technology, but there are certain aspects of it where I should be able to switch. The main, and I'd say the most common thing that's problematic is the fact that you can't just go buy a third-party battery, pop it in, and have absolutely no issues. Now, it'll work, but Apple will let you know on the screen of your iPhone that this isn't a genuine Apple battery, so we can't test or we can't show you this, whatever, okay, whatever. And you get pop-ups all the time. That's a bit much, Apple. And then, of course, there are the screens. People drop their screens all the time. And the perfect example, because I know some people say, well, third-party screens aren't as good as, the OEMs and that'll lead to potential issues, whatever. But even plenty of YouTubers have shown they've bought 2 brand new iPhones, just swap the screens on those 2 iPhones, swapping genuine screens, and there's still problems. Same thing with the MacBook, swapping genuine displays across MacBooks of the same model, same year, same everything, still yields issues. I forget the exact name, and hopefully I'll put it on the screen, but whatever sensor is required to determine whether or not your laptop is open or closed. Of course, Apple has their own special way of doing it. And even that thing is serialized to the motherboard, where you need that specific one to work with this specific motherboard. And if not, then you have issues. So yeah, Apple can be just like a Marvel villain. It sucks that they want to exhibit so much control over every aspect of their products. And the last thing that I'll say, because as I'm recording this, I don't have everything in my mind, but there have been instances of people plugging in third-party, whether it was chargers or battery packs or docks or something, and I will do some research and put those on the screen right now, but those things have soft bricked people's devices. And it's taken Apple to put out an iOS or Mac OS update to assist with those problems. And yeah, that I think is the direct thing of what's going on here, is that people just want to use third-party devices, and Apple's like, no, it's not ours, or it's not MFI, or it doesn't meet whatever standards we've made up. And it has literally bricked people's devices. So yeah, Apple can be like a Marvel villain. And I apologize that the order of this is a little out of place, but when there was mention of that kill switch in the Guardians, it was more of a, okay, we can do something on their end, on OrgoCorp's end, to assist with what we're trying to do here. We can't do everything without their intervention. And that's exactly what's happening here. So I know this is an older article, and this is on iFixit website, but it's just talking about some software that you can access. And as you can see from the title, it's here are the secret repair tools Apple won't let you have. And I'll include a link to this article in the description, but I feel like one good paragraph right here is, you can only access AST2 with an active connection to the web and an authorized account with Apple's private Global Services Exchange. With an account and certifications installed on your MacBook or iPad, you can then service Apple devices. So right there, it's letting you know you need to get in contact with Apple, or you need to be a part of their club, you know. So, and the other thing, because as I mentioned, this is an older article, newer information is definitely here, since recently, and I'll say within the last 2 or 3 years, Apple has announced their self-services repair program, that going through steps 1 and 2 seem to be okay, but parts 1 and 2 are okay. I mean, they're still a little suspect, and you can take some time to read that. But what I'd like to point out is part 3, or step 3. So after receiving the genuine Apple parts, follow the technical instructions in the repair manual for your device. Then system configuration is a post-repair software tool that completes the repair for your genuine Apple parts. The service manual will indicate if system configuration is required and if you need to initiate the process by contacting the self-service repair store support team. So you can't just order the parts and install them. It says that some of them you can, but I don't know exactly which ones you can't, but at least for some of them, you will have to buy the part, install it, and then contact Apple in order for it to work properly. So you can't just do it all on your own. So yeah, a little questionable there.